A senior walks into the same bank he has used for 30 years. He asks for $8,000 of his own money to pay for his wife's emergency dental surgery, and he walks out with his account completely frozen. Not because of fraud, not because of an error, not because a single thing was wrong with his money, because an automated system flagged the withdrawal as unusual, and a law that quietly expanded across more than half the country this year gave the bank full legal authority to lock him out for up to 15 business days without owing him a single dollar of compensation. His wife's surgery was canceled. For over 2 weeks, he could not pay his electric bill, could not fill his prescriptions, could not touch his own savings. He did absolutely nothing wrong. If you are 65 or older, this can happen to you. Not because of anything you did, because of the year you were born. That is what this video is. And stay with me to the end, because after I show you the 5 triggers that cause these freezes, I am going to give you one free phone call you can make this afternoon that stops almost all of them before they ever start. Your bank will never volunteer it. My name is Nolan Carter. I track the quiet rule changes buried inside financial and government systems. The ones that decide whether money that is legally yours stays accessible to you or gets locked behind a compliance hold you never saw coming. I believe that if the law just gave your bank new authority over your account, you deserve to know exactly what triggers it and exactly how to stop it. If this is the kind of information you want reaching you before it costs you something, subscribe right now. This channel covers exactly this, the financial rules and policy changes that rarely get explained in plain language until the damage is already done. Now, let me tell you what actually changed and why your bank has authority today that it did not have a few years ago. For years, when a bank suspected a senior was being scammed, they could warn you, but they could not hold your money. If they delayed a legitimate transaction and turned out to be wrong, you could sue them for the delay. So in most cases, the money moved even when the bank had concerns. The problem was that fraud against seniors exploded. Seniors lose over $3.5 billion every year to financial scams. Entire retirement accounts wiped out in a single phone call. Lawmakers decided banks needed more power to step in, so they passed what are called safe harbor laws. As of 2026, more than 30 states have one, and additional states enacted or strengthened theirs just this year. North Carolina passed its version in July alone, allowing holds of up to 30 business days. Here is what a safe harbor law does in plain English. If a bank reasonably believes an older customer is being financially exploited, the bank can freeze the transaction, hold the money, and delay your access. And you cannot sue them for doing it. They are fully protected. The legal term written into these laws and into FINRA Rule 2165 is specified adult. And a specified adult means anyone 65 or older. That is the line. The day you turn 65, you entered a legal category that gives your bank authority over your money that it does not have over anyone younger. The standard hold window in most of these laws is 15 business days, not calendar days, business days. Weekends do not count, holidays do not count. A freeze that starts on Thursday before a holiday weekend can stretch to 4 full calendar weeks. 4 weeks of Social Security deposits arriving that you cannot touch. 4 weeks of bills, prescriptions, your own money locked, and the bank owes you zero compensation for any of it. Now, I want to be clear about something. The intention behind these laws is legitimate. They were written to protect the grandmother who wired her savings to a romance scammer, the veteran who gave his banking information to someone pretending to be from Medicare. That problem is real and it is devastating. But here is the gap nobody warned you about. The bank does not review your account with a human being carefully examining your life. In most cases now, they use automated systems, artificial intelligence that monitor your spending patterns, learn your financial behavior, and flag anything that breaks the pattern. That system cannot tell the difference between a scam and your normal life. And when it gets it wrong, you are the one standing at the teller window with no access to your own savings. So what triggers it? 5 specific things. And the first one happens at the exact moment you are trying to do the thing you saved your money for. Trigger 1, the large withdrawal flag. Your bank system has been quietly studying you. Every deposit, every withdrawal, every transfer. It has built a profile of what your financial life normally looks like. Your average monthly withdrawal, your typical transaction amounts, your patterns, and the moment you step outside that pattern, the moment you ask for an amount that does not match your history, the system flags it. The number is not fixed. It is not $10,000. It is relative to you. If you normally withdraw $400 a month, asking for $3,000 can be enough to trigger a review. The money you saved for years for a car repair, for a grandchild's tuition deposit, for a medical bill you were not expecting becomes the very thing that locks you out. Here is what to do. Never walk into your bank with a large withdrawal request that nobody is expecting. Call 3 to 5 business days ahead. Speak to someone in person if you can. And use this exact language. I am planning to withdraw this amount on this date for this reason. I want this noted on my account record today. That one conversation gives the bank time to prepare and puts a legitimate explanation on your file before the algorithm has a chance to invent a suspicious one. Announced money does not look like stolen money. Surprise money does. Trigger 2, the behavior change trap. This one has nothing to do with how much money you move. It has to do with how you bank. The system does not just track your transactions. It tracks your behavior, the device you log in from, the time of day you access your account, the city you are in when you do it, and any change in that behavior, even a perfectly innocent one, can flag your account. Logging in from a new phone your grandchild gave you for your birthday, using Zelle or Venmo for the first time, accessing your account from a different state while traveling, sending money to someone you have never sent money to before, even your own grandchild. None of these mean anything is wrong. All of them can freeze your account. The fix is the same principle. Anytime something in your banking life genuinely changes new phone, travel plans, new recipient, make a 2-minute call to your bank first. Say, I want to note on my account that I am getting a new phone this week, or I will be traveling to Florida next month and accessing my account from there. You are writing your own explanation before the machine writes a worse one. Trigger 3. The structuring trap, and this one is a federal crime. Pay close attention here, because this is where good, honest, innocent people end up in serious legal trouble. Not because of anything wrong with their money, but because of the pattern of how they withdrew it. You may have heard somewhere a neighbor, a news story that withdrawing $10,000 or more triggers a federal report. You do not want to deal with that. So you think, I will take out $9,000 today and $9,000 next week. Stay under the line. Do not ever do that. What you just described is a federal crime called structuring, prosecuted under 31 U.S.C. section 5324. The law does not care that the money is 100% yours. The act of breaking up withdrawals specifically to stay under the reporting threshold is itself the crime, regardless of where the money came from. The IRS and FinCEN have seized entire bank accounts from people who were never charged with any underlying offense. People whose money was completely honest, seized purely because of the withdrawal pattern. If you need a large amount, take it in one clean transaction. The report that gets filed, called a currency transaction report, is a routine regulatory form. It goes into a federal database. Nothing happens. Nobody shows up. Nobody investigates honest money. The danger was never the report. The danger is the pattern that looks like you were trying to avoid it. Trigger 4. The dormant account sweep. You have an account you rarely touch. A savings account set aside years ago. A fund you built carefully and decided to leave alone. You are being responsible. You are being patient. The bank has a different word for that behavior. They call it abandoned. If there is no owner-initiated activity on an account for a set period in most states, 3 years. In some, as short as 1, the bank can legally declare it dormant and transfer your money to the state government as unclaimed property, without your permission. Often without a notice you would actually see, and here is the detail that makes it worse. Automatic activity does not count. Interest being credited every month does not reset the clock. In many cases, a recurring direct deposit does not count either. The clock resets only when you, the account owner, initiate something, a login, a transfer, a withdrawal. There is currently over $77 billion in unclaimed property sitting in state government accounts across this country. Most of it belongs to people who have no idea it was taken. The fix takes 1 minute per account once a year. Every January, log into every account you own and make one small transaction, a dollar transfer in or out. Anything owner initiated. That single action resets the dormancy clock for another full year. And if you want to check whether money has already been swept, go to missingmoney.com, the official multi-state unclaimed property database. Free to search, free to claim. Trigger 5, the joint account change flag. This one is among the most unfair on this list because it punishes seniors for making a completely legitimate, often necessary account change. When a senior removes a joint account holder after a spouse passes, after a divorce, after a family relationship changes, the bank's compliance system can flag it as a potential exploitation indicator. The algorithm's logic? Someone may be isolating the senior from a trusted person on their account. A widow removing her deceased husband's name from their joint savings can trigger a compliance review. A senior removing an adult child from an account after a falling out can trigger a hold. The person is doing something completely normal, completely legal, and often emotionally difficult enough already, and the system treats it as suspicious. Here is what to do. Anytime you plan to change the ownership structure of an account, bring documentation explaining the reason a death certificate, a brief written statement, or, if possible, a short letter from your attorney on letterhead confirming the change is voluntary. That documentation presented proactively gives the compliance system a legitimate explanation before it manufactures a suspicious one. 5 triggers, every one of them happening right now to ordinary seniors with honest money. And now that you know what they are, let me show you how to close the gaps, starting with the one free phone call that stops most of these before they ever start. And before we get to those protections, if you own your home, there is another system quietly working against seniors that nobody from your county is going to call and explain. 8 separate programs that can cut, freeze, or defer your property tax bill after 65, most of which require you to file before a deadline your county has no reason to remind you about. All 50 states, every deadline, 5 ready-to-use phone scripts. That is the Property Tax Defense Playbook. Link in the description. Now let me show you the wall. 5 layers of protection. Most seniors have 0 of these in place right now. By the time we are done, you will know exactly how to build all 5. And the first one, the most powerful one, costs nothing and takes 5 minutes. Protection 1, the trusted contact. Almost every bank and brokerage in the country now allows you to name a trusted contact on your account. This is not a joint owner. It is not someone who can see your balance or make withdrawals or make any decisions about your money. It is simply one person, a son, a daughter, a close friend whose name and phone number you give the bank in advance. Here is why it changes everything. When the bank system flags your account and the compliance department is about to place a 15 business day freeze, the trusted contact gives them an alternative. Instead of locking everything down while they investigate, they make one phone call. Your daughter says, "Yes, Mom is withdrawing money for a car repair. I knew about it. The freeze never happens. You never know, it almost did." This is the single most powerful account protection available to seniors in 2026. It is free. It is available right now at your institution. And the overwhelming majority of seniors have never done it because nobody told them it existed. Call your bank today and say these exact words. "I would like to add a trusted contact to my account. Can you walk me through the process?" 5 minutes. Done. And before you make that call, tell your trusted contact about any large transactions you are planning so that if the bank calls them, they are ready with the right answer immediately. Protection 2, the announcement habit. The same principle that protects you from the large withdrawal trigger protects you from nearly all 5. Announced activity does not look like suspicious activity. That is the entire principle. The algorithm reacts to surprises. Remove the surprise and you remove most of the risk. Large withdrawal coming call 3 to 5 days ahead. New phone call the same day you start using it. Travel plans call before you leave. Sending money to someone new, brief explanation call first. And here is the layer most people miss. Ask for one specific person at your branch by name. A real human relationship at your institution is the override that no algorithm can replicate. When your account gets flagged and there is a person at that branch who knows you, that human context can resolve in hours what an automated system would hold for weeks. Build that relationship before you need it, not after. Protection 3. The right power of attorney. Most seniors who have a power of attorney believe they are protected. Many of them are not, because of one specific problem. Banks reject generic powers of attorney constantly. A document downloaded from the internet, printed at home, and notarized at the UPS store is turned away by bank legal departments more often than most people realize. Too old, wrong state language, missing specific provisions. The result is that when you actually need someone to step in when you are in the hospital, when a freeze has locked you out, the document you thought would protect you does not work. Here is how to fix it. Call your bank and ask this exact question. Does your institution have a preferred power of attorney form or specific language requirements for POAs you will honor? Many major banks have their own form. Get it. Have your attorney incorporate that language. Then file a copy directly with the bank and confirm in writing that they have accepted it. A POA your bank rejects is the same as no POA at all. Protection 4. The two-bank rule. Never allow one institution to control your entire financial access. This is the simplest protection on this list and the one most seniors overlook completely. If your primary account is frozen, a second account at a different bank or credit union means you are never completely cut off. You can still pay bills, you can still buy groceries, you can still fill prescriptions. The freeze becomes a serious inconvenience instead of a genuine emergency. Open a basic checking or savings account at a different institution. A local credit union works well for this. Keep 1 month of essential expenses in it for most seniors, somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000. Leave it there. Do not use it for daily spending. It is your emergency access account, there specifically for the day your primary institution locks you out. Protection 5. The annual account audit. Every January, set aside 30 minutes and do 4 things. Log into every account you own and make one owner-initiated transaction. This resets the dormancy clock and keeps your money exactly where it belongs. Confirm your trusted contact information is current. Verify your bank has your POA on file and that it has not expired under their internal review policies. And check that your beneficiary designations on every account are still accurate. 30 minutes once a year. That is the entire investment. Now let me bring all of this together into exactly what to do this week. First, call your bank today and add a trusted contact to your account. Use these exact words. I would like to add a trusted contact to my account. 5 minutes. Free. And it is the single most effective protection against a compliance freeze available to any senior in 2026. Second, before your next large withdrawal, new device, or travel plan, call your bank and put the explanation on file before the transaction happens. Announced activity does not trigger freezes. Surprise activity does. Build this as a permanent habit. Third, call your bank and ask whether they have a preferred power of attorney form. If your current POA was not created using their specific language, it may be rejected when you need it most. Get the right form, file it, and confirm acceptance in writing. Fourth, open a second account at a different institution and keep 1 month of essential expenses in it. Do not touch it unless your primary account is frozen. That backup is the difference between a crisis and a manageable problem. Fifth, every January, log into every account, make one small transaction, verify your trusted contact, check your POA, and confirm your beneficiary designations. 30 minutes a year prevents dormancy, sweeps, keeps your protections current, and ensures nothing has quietly lapsed. And here is the larger picture underneath everything we covered today. Your bank account is just one piece of your financial protection after 65. Your property tax bill is another one, and it has its own set of traps that quietly cost seniors thousands of dollars every year. Exemptions that lapse without warning, deadlines that pass without a single letter from your county, and programs that stack on top of each other in ways most homeowners never discover. the assessment freeze, the senior overlay exemption, the school tax elimination, the circuit breaker, 8 separate programs across all 50 states with the exact deadlines, every phone script, and the 3 traps that silently cancel your exemptions. That is the Property Tax Defense Playbook. Link in the description. One honest note before we close. Everything in this video is general education, not personal, legal, or financial advice. Banking laws, safe harbor provisions, and compliance procedures vary by state and by institution. Always confirm your specific situation with your bank or a qualified professional before acting on anything covered here. Now, here's what I want you to do with this. Think of one person you know who is over 65 and has banked at the same branch for decades without any idea that the rules around their account just changed. A parent, a neighbor, a friend who mentioned a large withdrawal they are planning. Send them this video. The bank is not going to call them and explain any of this. You might be the only reason they find out before their account is the one that gets frozen. The seniors who never get locked out are not luckier than the ones who do. They are simply prepared. And preparation, in this case, costs nothing except the time it takes to make a few phone calls, most of which you can complete before this week is over. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so the next update finds you before it costs you anything. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.